talk show that lets you, the viewer, choose our winners. I'm your host, Jacob Polacheck, and we've got a tremendous show for you today. As always, be sure to get on Sided.co and download the Sided Debates app to post your arguments and climb up that leaderboard. Shout out to last week's winner, true hotel guru Bob Roush, for standing atop the Sided leaderboard and taking home a $25 Amazon gift card. For our first debate today, we'll be talking NBA Finals. With the Heat knocking off the Boston Celtics on Sunday, we now have an NBA Finals matchup. The number 5 seeded Miami Heat will take on the number 1 seed Los Angeles Lakers in the NBA Finals. Led by LeBron James and Anthony Davis, the Lakers have rolled through the playoffs, winning all 3 series 4-1. The Miami Heat, led by Jimmy Butler, have only lost 3 games in the playoffs, including a 4-1 series win over the number 1 seed Milwaukee Bucks in the second round. With Game 1 set to tip off Wednesday, I'm joined by Matt Minear and Jerome Sweeney here to give their picks.
We're going to go back to 2014. So LeBron James is coming off his 4-year Heatles stint down in Miami. Heat general manager Pat Riley goes, leaving Miami is the worst decision you are ever going to make in your career. Here we are 6 years later. We have the Miami Heat, who's making their first playoff finals appearance since LeBron left, and the Los Angeles Lakers making their first playoff appearance since 2000, or finals appearance since 2010, I believe. So the way that they got here is, obviously, LeBron, Anthony Davis, but in reality, they have their depth on their team is just remarkable. They have 4 quality big men that can go up there. They can match up really well against a Miami Heat team who's smaller, who doesn't really have all the weapons and the height that the Lakers have. And then the way to combat Miami's 3-point shooting would be you get the big man up there, just rebound the ball and outlet it out. I think it's going to be a very good series, but I think just the way that they match up, I think there's just too much size on the Lakers for the Heat to handle.
Yeah, I agree. I think this would be a great series. You got a lot of good shooters on Miami, such as Tyler Hero, who we saw just dominated in the last round. You got Duncan Robinson, who shot 44% from 3 whole year. I believe it was top 3. You got other guys like Jay Crowder, who's a great shooter, and as well as Goran Dragic, and even Jimmy Butler add him to the mix. And I'd honestly argue that the Heat have more depth than the Lakers. You got at least 5 or 6 guys that can drop double digits on any given night. And you got some great defense. You got Jimmy Butler, who is a great player. I remember watching him. I'm from Chicago, and I'd always watch him on the Bulls. It was fun to watch. You got Jay Crowder. You got Goran Dragic. All very good defenders. And I think it's going to be a really interesting matchup. You got Jimmy Butler. You got Jay Crowder, who can guard LeBron. And then Bam Adebayo, he's a real force in the paint. He can get Anthony Davis some troubles. And I think one more thing is that if the Heat can limit like LeBron and AD, one of the two, they'll have a really good shot of winning this series. But if one of the two, we can either go for 30 points a game. So it's going to be tough for the Heat to try to pull this off.
I mean, and then, another really key factor in this, finals is, experience in the finals. Anthony Davis this is his first finals. Jimmy Butler's first finals. This is LeBron James's 10th finals. This is Rajon Rondo's been here before. Dwight Howard's been here before. The Lakers have the veteran depth of their team, and they have the postseason experience. The Heat only have Eric Spoelstra, their coach, who, he's been 4 finals before with LeBron. Whereas, the Lakers, Frank Vogel, he hasn't really, he doesn't have the finals experience. So I think it really depends on LeBron James and the veteran leadership. And, they have Rajon Rondo coming off the bench. He's averaging 7 assists a game. He's shooting 45% from the 3. He's 8th all-time in NBA assists. That is veteran leadership coming. That is good quality depth coming off the bench, just as, a guard position. He's just been balling out in the bubble.
Yeah, I think it's going to be hard for some of the Heat players to guard some of these veteran players, such as, you got J.R. Smith on the team and some other guys like that who can really get off to a good start with shooting the ball. And I think it's going to be tough for Miami Heat. They got a good 3-point defense, but if the Lakers get hot, it's going to be really tough for them to bounce back. think.
Yeah, I mean, just the Heat, sure, Heat. I mean, and just LeBron James is known for his clutch playoff moments. You know, we all remember the block against Iguodala. I mean, he's just there's something about just the way that LeBron carries himself through the playoffs that just becomes the best player on the court. You know, he makes it known that, you know, if he's not scoring points or passing the ball, I mean, he's making a solid defensive play. I mean, he wants to win, which I think the Miami Heat want to win, but I think there is just so much size and depth on that Lakers team and experience where they're just going to be overwhelmed.
Yeah, I think it's going to be any team with LeBron it's going to be a tough fight.
I mean, I think Bam Adebayo is going to be dealing with foul trouble in every game early because he's got, you know, Marcus Morris, you know, JaVale McGee just as the backups coming in off the bench when Anthony Davis goes out. I mean, those are physical players, and he's going to, like, the Miami Heat are going to need Myers Leonard to have the best 4 to 7 games of his life if they want to have a chance in this series, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's going to be fun to watch Pat Riley go against LeBron, see if he can hopefully get a win against him. We'll see, but I'm really excited for this matchup.
Yeah, it should be a good one. We'll throw